The Nation, 3rd of March 2024, China's perilous attempt to acquire unwanted regional power. China is an undesirable neighbor historically tolerated by neighboring nations but is no longer so today. John Mearsheimer describes a global chessboard in which states maneuver to secure power. Attaining the position of king in a region is essential before pursuing the global throne. However, India stands in the way. China's increasing involvement in Afghanistan, exemplified by its acceptance of the Taliban envoy and infrastructure agreements, may be interpreted as calculated chess moves. Although resources may be a consideration, China's endeavor to establish itself as an Asian preeminent power may be more significant. Due to its complicated past and ongoing instability, Afghanistan presents formidable obstacles for its neighboring countries. Serious concerns have been expressed regarding human rights and the resurgence of extremist organizations under the Taliban's rule. After more than 2 years of negotiations, Xi's administration unexpectedly appointed former Taliban spokesman Bilal Karimi as its first official ambassador to Beijing. The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs conveyed false information and explicitly stated that the acceptance of the Taliban ambassador did not signify Beijing's official endorsement of the current Afghan administration. Nevertheless, Western nations are uneasy with China and Afghanistan engaging in diplomatic amicability. The geopolitical landscape of South Asia underwent a profound transformation with the United States' withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021, which generated a vacuum of power and uncertainty. To address this vacuum, China, an emerging international power with deep-rooted interests in the area, has initiated negotiations with the Taliban government while advancing its own economic, geopolitical, and strategic objectives in Afghanistan. The potential for instability and the resurgence of militant groups, such as the Uyghur separatists of East Turkestan Islamic Movement, ETIM, are China's principal geopolitical concerns in Afghanistan. If a Taliban-led Afghanistan fails to maintain control, such factions could flourish, posing an immediate threat to the security of China's western borders and its anti-Muslim regime. Furthermore, China endeavors to counterbalance the influence of the United States in the region and establish itself as a credible regional power capable of fostering stability in the area. By tactfully interacting with the Taliban, China can gain leverage and potentially mold the trajectory of Afghanistan's future. Afghanistan's extensive mineral resources, such as rare earth, lithium, and copper, are vital to China's technological progress and infrastructure endeavors, including the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Although past mining endeavors in Afghanistan encountered obstacles, the Taliban's readiness to collaborate with China offers favorable circumstances for economic involvement. China has already made commitments to provide humanitarian assistance and has indicated interest in making investments in infrastructure initiatives, which could potentially alleviate the war-torn nation's economic hardships. The oil extraction from the Al-Mudarria Basin was the subject of a contractual agreement signed in January of the previous year between China's Xinjiang Central Asia Petroleum and Gas Company, CPEC, and the Taliban-led administration. With a 25-year duration, the agreement is subject to CPEC's $540 million investment spread across 3 years. China has increased its imports of Afghan pine nuts and granted zero-tariff treatment to 98% of Afghan commodities since July 2022. Eliminating trade restrictions on Afghan products aims to foster greater economic integration between Afghanistan and China. The yearly success of trilateral meetings between Afghanistan, China, and Pakistan may lend credence to the notion that Kabul would be an effortless location to incorporate into the Belt and Road Initiative. Despite this, insurmountable barriers remain as the risk to Chinese nationals conducting business in Afghanistan continues to escalate. Further, Chinese security forces will be deployed to the Khunjerab Pass in the Pamir Na to advance China's geopolitical objectives in Central Asia and connect the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, with Afghanistan. China's strategic interests in Afghanistan are intricately linked to its more extensive aspirations in Central Asia. A stable Afghanistan would promote investment and commerce throughout the region, thereby expanding China's economic and political influence and advancing the Belt and Road Initiative. Furthermore, Afghanistan is bordered by Iran, a significant player in the region, and Pakistan, a vital strategic partner for China. Cooperation with Afghanistan enhances China's South Asian position and fortifies its regional alliances. Pakistan has maintained long-standing diplomatic relations with the Taliban and maintains robust bilateral ties with both China and the United States. Considered a vital economic and strategic enslavement, Pakistan could potentially gain from a heightened level of Chinese investment in Afghanistan. India, which has historically supported anti-Taliban forces in Afghanistan and has a long-standing border dispute with China, views China's expanding presence in Afghanistan with trepidation. India is apprehensive that a China-aligned Afghanistan could offer assistance to Pakistan, hinder India's regional influence, and present a security threat. The United States might perceive China's involvement as an effort to supplant the void of power and increase its sway, which could potentially result in rivalry and competition in the region. Effectively managing these conflicting interests and complex alliances will be crucial for China's achievement of regional hegemony. Although Afghanistan's resources are undoubtedly alluring, their extraction necessitates a secure environment and the resolution of security issues. Although China's economic influence could potentially provide a resolution, it does not ensure dominance. China will face a nuanced challenge in achieving substantial influence while navigating these challenges. Moreover, additional actors such as the United States, Russia, and India possess distinct geopolitical objectives in Afghanistan, potentially complicating matters. China shall thus have difficulty navigating this intricate game. Could China defeat a checkmate to attain regional dominance? Time will tell, but Afghanistan has emerged as a critical component in the strategic landscape.